Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tvama Gocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatoshmaham. Now our Bridji was singing Sukh mein Saathi, Dukh mein na koi. And here we are studying to go beyond Sukha and Dukkha. So we don't need any Saathi. And even if we need, nobody is going to come. So that is the Vedanta, the going beyond the Sukha and Dukkha. And that fragrance that we say, the different type of scriptures we will study, small scriptures we will study, and we are now studying the wonderful book Vivekachudamani. The name has been given by Shankaracharya, and the Shankaracharya himself asked the question and also answered. He became the disciple, he became the guru, and he is giving the whole picture what is actually truly Vedanta and what we should do. Now, we have already studied so many chapters. Now, here now we have come the spiritual questions of the disciple. Now, who can be the disciple and who can be the guru, we have all discussed about that. Now, the questions of the disciple, but this is not the main question. In the next class, we will have another 7 questions of the disciple and the answer by the guru. So here the disciple, after listening to all these things, he is asking, Katham tariyam bhavasindhu metat. It's a sloka that the verse is the 40 of the Vivekachudamani. The Vivekachudamani, the 40, that there he is asking 3 questions. Katham tariyam bhavasindhu metat. So how to cross this ocean of worldly life? This is the question. And what is this worldly life? What is this Sukha and Dukkha? There is no other senses. Either you are in joy or you are in misery. This is the Sukha and Dukkha constantly going on. Who is creating the Sukha and Dukkha? My mind. And I am sometimes thinking that this is a pleasure for me, and sometimes thinking that this is a misery for me. I am creating the Sukha and Dukkha. But how to go beyond this? Then, Kaaba Gatir Me, second question, Kaaba Gatir Me. What is to be my fate? What is going to happen to me? Everyone is asking that question. Whenever we are little elderly, this question comes into our mind. What is going to happen in our next life? When you are young, there are so many things are there in our life, so many objects to achieve, and also the seniors are inspiring. Everything is rosy and we always try to go do that, and after achieving all those things, when we almost stop and then turn back and we find what has happened, where I am going to go. Kaaba Gatir Me. Then the question is coming from the frustration. And third it comes, Katama Upaya Asti. Katama Upaya. Is there any way out? That is the Upaya. Katama Upaya Asti. Which of the means should I adopt? Is there any means? Is there? Road is there by which I can cross the ocean of worldly life. Now here the question, the person who is coming and asking this first question, how to cross this ocean of worldly life, Katham tariyam bhava sindhu etat. This bhava sindhu, bhava means this world, manifested world, this phenomenal world. And he is thinking it as a sindhu. Sindhu means the ocean. Now in that ocean, we do not know what is there. In the river, usually, we can stand in one bank and we can see the other bank, we can understand what is there. Sometimes it's shallow water also, like that. But the ocean, it is impossible. You cannot see anything. And the Chicago also, the Michigan Lake is almost like the ocean. You cannot see the other bank. It's so big. So naturally fear comes when we can't see that. Because unknown things create fear. So that he is telling why. So when a person has realized that this whole life is nothing but temporary, in the Sanskrit they call it mittha. Mittha doesn't mean the false, it is not there. That sometimes if we say that from the horn of a hare I have made this, they're completely mittha. The son of a barren woman is a completely mittha. It's not possible. So that way it is not mittha. This world, it is very much there. We can touch it, we can feel, we can smell, everything. Then why it is mittha? Because it is purely temporary. And this mittha, this temporary, then they are giving the example, Rajaka, that silver we see, sometimes there is something lying over there, maybe a glittering paper. From the distance I see the silver. So that is mittha. But something is there on which I see it, and that glittering paper. The Rajaka that we see, this silver that I see, I don't see on something, it is on a paper. That is glittering under the sun, and I consider that by mistake. That is mittha. But is Jagat mittha in that sense? To those who have realized the self, who has realized the Brahman, for them it is mittha like that. For them it is just we are imagining and we are thinking, we are enjoying, we are suffering, all those things, for them it is nothing. So that way it is mittha. But for us, this moment, we could not go beyond this because we are bound by the five senses. For us, the mittha means temporary. So accepting that this is a temporary thing, we are going to search for the permanent. So katham tareyam bhavasindhum, on this the question comes, why he is asking this question. Why should I have to go beyond this? Am I not enjoying? The people who are enjoying, they will never leave that place, isn't it? So that means the question has already risen in his mind that why this in the world I am suffering. I have to go out. So the question of the Srishti comes, wherefrom the creation came. Long, long back in the Rig Veda, they are asking, what is the root of the creation? Kuta yam bisrishti. Kuta yam bisrishti. What is the root of the creation? When the creation, that is the main problem. After solving all these things, what we are doing? Constantly they are going on searching out something from where all this came. My ex-student, now he is a big doctor from Delhi, he came to present in the Chicago. So he came to present his paper on how to find out a machine that will give the result of all the tests correctly everywhere. Now when you were going for the blood test, so in different machine, different type of tests are coming. So naturally the doctors, they go into that and bring me the result. And then from there, particularly in India, 2-3 places they will send to get a complete idea, at least the average, what really. So he is researching on that, whether there can be a machine which can give the correct answer. The one, always we are searching for the one. And here also we are trying to understand from which everything has come. Kuta Bisrishti. And what is Srishti? What is the creation? Swami Vivekananda said, the subtle, from the subtle it slowly takes the gross form. That is creation. And then what is pralaya? Destruction. The gross then slowly reduces to the subtle. That's all. It is not completely destroyed. It goes back to a subtle stage. The subtle and the gross. Now, in the gross, one person has killed a man. Then he was arrested. He was taken to the jail. And the doctors and others came, started talking with him. Why you have killed that man? What happened? So slowly, they are giving him the education, reformatory. They're trying to reform. What they're trying to reform? His mind. When the mind is, what is mind? The thought. When the thought is completely changed, then the man is changed. Then in the next time when he is going out, we know that he is not going to do that type of thing. He is not going to kill anybody. So root cause is the mind, where all these things are coming. When I am angry, the anger is in my mind. Why I am angry? The sum of the causes are there. The cause and the effect, but where it is reacting? In the mind. If in the mind I am controlling my mind, what may be the causes? But I can control that. So that we discovered that we can control the Srishti even. Because the Srishti also from our mind. So Bisrishti. Now the two world is there. One is the phenomenal and the transcendental. This phenomenal world we know. The world that we see, taste and smell, all the five senses going out and experiencing whatever, that is called phenomenal world. This world that we see, but still in the phenomenal world there are so many wonderful things are there, and the people constantly moving from this corner to that corner to see that. And that is why the tourism department, business is flourishing. Because they are putting before the people, have you visited that? Is only these like water, please go there. So people are going. Then the jungle, then the hill, then the other meadows, like this, like this, like this. But wherever we go, what we see? Almost the same thing. Panchabhuta and nothing else. These five things are only there. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna once visited one or two places like Kashi, Vrindavan, and the next time he said, what is there in Kashi? That this tree is also there. So why I have to go so far to see the same tree? I can see this tree. So like that only, the phenomenal world has the limitation, but at the same time attraction. Constantly creating something attractive. And the business also is nothing but creating something so that people will feel, oh, this I must have. Like this constantly. This is the phenomenal world. And what is there in the transcendental world? Abhyakta Jagata. Vyakta Jagata and Abhyakta Jagata. What is there in the transcendental? Only one and nothing else. Vyaktya and Abhyakta. It is not manifested. When it is not manifested, where it is? In that original form. Only one and nothing else. Now, as an example, we can say, when you go to a confectionery shop, we see so many different varieties of sweets. Some may be round, some may be different shape, the names are different, tastes are also different, and the forms are also different. Abhyakta Jagat. This is Vyakta Jagat, and so many varieties. And what is there in the Vyakta Jagat? Two. What are the two? Name and form. Nama Rupa Iti, that is the Jagat and nothing else. Only Nama, name is there, Rupa is the form is there. This name and form and nothing else. This name and form, when it is there, we are attached to that. Why? Because we can understand that. Why we understand that? Because our whole organs are made in that way. Look friends, here comes the difficult time. Because our organs are made to go out and enjoy the external objects. And obviously, those organs we cannot utilize or use to understand the subtle thing. We have to transform them. And how to transform, that will come again and again. It will be said in that way, that we have to train not the hands, not the legs, not the eyes. We have to train our mind. Because mind is the master of all these organs. So slowly we go to subtle. The mind is more subtle than these external organs. So we have to go back to the mind. But mind is not the final. Mind is subtle, no doubt. Mind is getting the reflection of the consciousness. So we think the mind is the consciousness. No, that is also wrong. Mind is completely different. So mind is also jada, but subtle. So we first step we go to the jada, but subtle. That is mind. So persona, the phenomenal and transcendental, Vyakta Jagata and Avyakta Jagata, the gross existence and the subtle existence, Karya and Karana. Now the Karya, the activities, the work, and behind the activity there is a Karana. Now when we entered today, we saw so many tents are fixed over there. We saw the Karya, actions. So many beautiful tents and nicely they have kept. And what is the Karan? Why suddenly the tents are there? The Karana, it will be displayed with so many different type of foods and all that. The Karana is there, some cause is there. So shall we go to rectify or correct the activity, the Karya, or we should go back to Karana? That is the question. Hindus, they always go to the Karana. That is the subtle, the Karana, the cause. If the cause is that way rectified, then the Karana will be all right. That is the wonderful way. So in our university, Chicago University, sometimes they will be discussing about the problems that the students are having, etc., etc. And because we are there as a religious advisors, so what is our advice? I always say, you are calling them, counseling them, giving them this and that, sometimes threatening them, sometimes this, that won't be. Why don't you go to the Karana? Instead of going for the Karya, the effect that has come, if you go to the Karana, what is the Karana? What is the root cause? And mainly, the fight is between the Muslims and the Jews over there even among the students. Not in the fight means physically, but they will be sending out all the het males and all that. So how to stop that? Bring them and tell them what is the Karana, because you have heard about them constantly, that they are bad people, bad people, bad people. Have you ever met them? visited them, talked to them? No. So from there only you have developed this. So your karya is depending on a wrong karana. The cause is defective. So naturally the production, the result is also defective. So we have to rectify that. Hindus, they understood that, and that's why they went to deeper and deeper, and they tried to transform the mind. And how to transform the mind? Now there are 4 different types of people. One is Artha, Jigyashu, Artharthi and Jnani. They are coming to religion, they are coming to the spirituality. Then one lady, suddenly I saw the message, her husband is having some operation, maybe some serious operation. She has sent me the text, Swamiji, my husband is going to the hospital for the operation, I need your blessings, etc. I prayed for him. But not that she is connected or constantly visiting the ashrama, not like that. But she knows me, knows that a Swami is there, the ashrama is there, the faith in God is also there. Now when there is something is, and she is going and contacting the best doctors, best medicine, best all those. At the same time, a protection from God, that is also another option. So she is writing to me. Nothing wrong, but it's a type. And that is called Artha. Because of the suffering, we are trying to go and have the God's protection. It's called Artha. If you go to India, many of the people are having the amulets, different, 4, 5, they'll be hanging over here. And also, so many different colored stones. There's also in the rings, so many colored. Why? Not that they are not trying. And they're very intelligent, they're smart, they know how to, but at the same time, some celestial protection, that's called Artha. They are not truly religious. But at the same time, they have the faith in God in that way. Then there is a Jigyashu. They're curious about God. And they'll be going and joining in the, then one boy came, he told, I was in the Buddhist the monastery, I experienced from there, now I want to be in the Hindu monastery, and after a few days he left, and then again he has gone to the Muslim. It's going on, he is there going on trying to understand, but they could read books. They would go to the library or they could join in any university to read about that. But they like to go and experience what their people are doing. So they are curious, but not that way sincere for the religious people. Friend, when a person is coming and asking, Sir, can you please tell me how to go beyond this world? I'm disgusted with all these things. He is not Artha. He is not Jigyashu. Then comes Artharthi. This Artharthi means he wants pleasure. He wants success. That is called Artharthi. And there are some of the so-called religious persons are there who claims, and people also believe, that they can tell the fortune. So all our big ministers, well placed in the society, they will secretly go and say, what is going to happen to me within next election and all. And they also get a lot of money because they know the Prime Minister is coming to me, Chief Minister is coming, the influential people. So basking in the reflected glory, like that it goes. They are also not the spiritual seeker. So the 3 category, first is Artha, then Jigyasu, inquisitiveness, and this Artharthi, the pleasure seeking. Then who is the true person? Jnani. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is giving this category, Artha, Jigyashu, Artharthi, Jnani. And there the God is telling, well, I try to accommodate all this, but I love the Jnani. My favorite is the Jnani. This Jnani, he is asking this question, Katam tariyam bhavasindhu metat. So when a person is asking this question, we can be rest assured that he has traveled all this path and now he wants to know what is this. The truly, the Jnani. This last category is the fast to realize, and that is they feel strongly that this world is temporary. Very strong feeling. Otherwise you won't be able to start the spiritual life. There's a path that is called religious life. In the religious life, almost all of us are there in the religious life. We try to control ourselves and don't try to harm others, and restrain ourselves, never steal others, try that we should not tell lies to others, and also go and try to help others. All these are very good qualities. In the Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter we were studying, that when people are doing like that, what happens? In the next birth, the Arjuna was telling, that you are telling that you have to give up the world, okay. Now you have to go to the God, okay. But now suppose I don't realize God in this life. I have given up the enjoyment of the world and not realized the God, what will happen to me? In that, Sri Krishna is telling in reply, he said, in the next birth, they will go to a very good condition from where they will again start. Shuchi nam srimatam ge yoga brashta vijayate. Shuchi and Sri. So that cultured and the same time is prosperous. In that family they will go. And then from there, and again they said, some people are there who are far better than that, but could not realize the goal. They will go and take the birth in another family who are yogis. Yoginam kule bhavati. Yoginam kule. Yogi means the father and the mother, they are just like the yogis. The whole life is dedicated for the realization of God. In that family, with that couple, these souls, they will go and take birth. Why? Because the father and the mother, they will all encourage them to go beyond this. So that last person, the Jnani, is the last life. So he is coming and asking, so as I also belong to this world, I am also temporary? That question comes. And he gets afraid. Why he is afraid? He is asking the second question, what is the fate, my fate? Kaba gati me. What is going to happen to me? Why he is afraid? Because he has realized this everything is nothing but the temporary. That if it is temporary, what is going to happen to me? In the 40th sloka, these three questions, very clearly he is asking. First, how to go beyond this? The katham tariyam bhavasindhu metar. Then what is going to happen to me personally? I don't care about the whole world, all people. I am caring about myself. Here, it's not a selfishness. When you are trying to understand God or realize God, you are not selfish, but you are dedicated. And then finally comes katam upaya asti. Is there any means to? So katham tariyam bhavasindhu metad. This category people asking the first question because of the fear of death. If I die, what will happen? Because after that I don't have any control. As long as we are living, we have the control. So life is really precious. Sometimes some people, they commit suicide. It's a complete wastage. is a human birth is so precious. You know, in the second verse in this book, Shankaracharya said, is so precious. From second to seventh, all the verses dedicated only to say the human birth is so precious. Don't waste it. And then slowly he is telling this, and after that this man is coming and he is telling what is going to happen to me, because after death I don't have any control. Before death, can I do something? So that second Kaba Gati me. And finally he wants to know Kataya Upaya, Katama Upaya. Is there any way out? Then immediately Guru is very happy. Why? Because he waits for this type of people. You know, the other day one Afro-American boy came and he told that I am a student of Purdue University and I went to this place, that place, I don't know why. I am not satisfied at all with the church sermons. I attended some of them, and my parents are very dedicated Christian, but I am not satisfied, so I am searching. And what you are searching? Then he came and told, I am searching, is there anything beyond this life? This life, is there anything beyond? I am trying to understand that. So many people they come and so many questions they ask and so many ways they want to help or they like to get the help. But when this boy came and said this, I was so happy. I will sit over here, I will tell you. So this boy is now slowly becoming, one lady, American lady came. She has tried so many places, very sincere. When she starts meditating, you will really appreciate the way she sits. And then every day she comes with, because she is poor, maybe $1 bill, and she'll come and they'll give that. And she wants to, so many questions. Why this? Why that? If I happen this, why happen that? I gave 1 or 2 hours sitting over there in the bookstore, because that time I was walking. I stopped walking, sat over there, answered, because I was so happy. The ordinary person like me, if I am so happy, think of the gurus like Sri Ramakrishna, like Raman Maharshi, like Shankaracharya. When you go and ask, how happy they will be. So Shankaracharya, when this, let us imagine that a shishya, a disciple is going and asking this question, Sir, katham tareyam bhavasindhu metat, how to cross this? And second is katha upaya. Then Shankara is very happy. And in the 40th verse he is asking the question. 43rd, the wonderful poetical way he is explaining, Ma bhaishta vidwan tabanastapaya samsara sindho starane upaya yenaiva yata yataya asya param tameva margam tava nirdishami. Fear not, first he said, don't be afraid. Then, O learned one, Vidwan. Please remember this word and we will have to discuss this. Why he said Vidwan. So every word that has been used in these slokas has a purpose. Purposely they are asking this. Learned one, there is no fear. And there is no death for you. He said, there is no death for you. Is it true? Why he said that there is no death for, we are going to die. Even the Shankara himself also passed away. Then how come that he said there is no death for you? What he meant by that? A great path is there to go beyond these relative existences. Don't think that I am simply showing you this. It has already been this uncharted sea. No, I am not sailing in that. It has already been traveled and experienced by many people. That path I am going to tell you. See, when the doctors, they prescribe the medicine, they get perfectly sure that it has been already tested, verified, certified, and then only they prescribe, not that suddenly they will do something. They will never do that. Here also the spiritual teacher will never do anything if they have not experienced themselves. After experiencing, traveling through that path, then only they say like that, Ma bhaishta vidwan tabanastapaya. You are not going to be destroyed, you are not going to die. I give you the assurance, and you are a vidwan, he said. Following this path, this system, this practice, many have successfully gone beyond. I will teach you that. One young boy, Narendra, he came to a great teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. Sir, have you seen God? Can you show it to me? That is the question. Immediately this great master, he said, I have seen God more clearly than I see you now. Because aparaksha anubhuti, when I look at you, it depends on the power of my glasses. If my glasses are not perfect, I won't see you exactly. I will see you in some other way. So that depends. Suppose my eyes is having some problem. I am looking at you, I am seeing you, not correctly, not exactly. Aparakshanubhuti is an experience where you see God without the help of anything. So aparaksha, direct experience. This direct experience, that is what called God realization. And after that there will be no doubt. You need not to go and ask someone, have I seen God? I saw these are the things. Have I seen God? Sometimes the people, they come and they say, I saw this color, I saw that color. Is it God? I encourage them, it's good. But when you will realize God, you need not to come to me. Because you will be satisfied, 100% satisfied. And the joy that will be within you, either you will go out and share with others, or you will enjoy within yourself and give this body up. So that is the wonderful thing. If people are claiming that I have realized God, okay, to some extent maybe, but not like this. So it says that, I will teach you. Why Guru addressing this seeker as a learned one? Because he has understood this manifestation of all these things are false. So it says, knowledge is the clear understanding of one. Knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is the clear understanding of one. And sometimes, when some people in the name of religion, they will say, our God is the only truth, not others. They are not religious people. No. Because the basic thing, they have made the mistake. That the moment you are having the knowledge of God, there will be no doubt that it is the only God manifesting everywhere. And unless and until that is coming, you will go on thinking in different way. So this is, and what is ignorance? Is accepting many as true. I am also here, they are also there, they are also there, all together. So religious harmony they talk, and the inter-religious dialogue, most of the places now, inter-religious dialogue is going on. What is inter-religious? I am following a school and you are following another school. That's all. And in your school they teach that the highest goal is God. In my school they teach me that highest goal is Brahman or the self. In other school they say no, it is Jehovah, Allah. That much. So only different names have been given to the same goal. So that is why the person has come and say, I am completely confident that this world is surely temporary. Can you please help me? Today morning, one young man rang me. He is having the correspondence with me for a long time. But today he told that I am so and so coming from there and that and etc. etc. Can you please help my family? But he is a Christian. He is asking me, can you please help my family? They need some money, etc. etc. My particularly elder sister. So if you can help. So that way he is thinking. So the human need is common. The religion may be different, faith may be different, path may be different. The common needs the same thing. They feel for the sister and he wants to help the sister. So now he is giving an answer. Now he is giving to the answer the third question. He is now giving in the sloka number 46. Then in the 46 he says, yes, there are paths are there. What are the paths? What is the system you have to follow? Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yogat. These three. Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana. Meditation, concentration. Without these three there is no other way. And what is the Shraddha? A definition has been given. I am telling you because it is scattered all over. So that's why I am telling you that in the sloka 40, the question came, three questions. And to assurance came in the 43. Again in the 46, he is giving the answer to the third question. Is there any upaya? What are the upaya? In the 46, he says, yes, only three things that you have to follow. Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana. And in the Shraddha, the definition of Shraddha already has been given in the sloka 25th. If you are interested, you can go back and you can read that. On the 25th, it says, what is Shraddha? It's a great word. Swami Vivekananda again and again used to say, have Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. What is the Shraddha? Confidence. Confidence in what? Shastrasya Guru Bhakasya. In the words of the scriptures. And what are the scriptures? Somebody suddenly wrote something and then we start reading on that. That is not scripture. And nowadays many people, they are giving the talk in the TVs and then afterwards publishing book in a great fashion. One minister came and published the book and immediately 1,000 copies are sold. Best-selling book. He said, that is not Shastra. Aptabhakya, remember it. Those who have realized the God, not intellectually, the true realization, and that is called aptya. Apta means realized. And their words are completely different. Their words are completely different. That aptabhakya, and that is called Shastra Bhakya and Guru Bhakya. Guru is one who has realized the self. And when he is telling that, that is called Guru Bhakya. And it has, the definition is there in 25th verse. Then the Bhakti. He has given the definition of the Bhakti. Now Bhakti, the word is usually used in the dualism. The Bhakti is translated as devotion. The moment you say the Bhakti devotion, it's a dualism. But we are studying monism. There is God means I am the God. There is no other God. Then who is going to have the devotion to whom? So these, wonderfully he has mentioned, he has given two definitions. What are that? In the sloka, in the verse 31, the 3-1, the verse, he has given Sa Sarupa Anusandhanam Bhakti iti avidiyate. According to the Vedanta, what is devotion? Seeking after one's real nature. Who am I? This body? These bones? This blood? All these things? No, that cannot be. So I go inside. That when I am searching my Swarupa, that is called bhakti. That is called devotion. And one-pointed devotion. I must have to know myself. When they are researching, when they are writing paper to get the doctorate, submitting the thesis, how much they work, how much they study. Now the best thing in the whole life you are going to have, won't you strive? You are going to know about yourself. Swarupa Anusandhanam. And just in the morning, half an hour meditated, and Swamiji, I have completed 108 times mantra japa. That is good, but to Swarupa, that you have to practice like Sri Ramakrishna himself. But Sri Ramakrishna told, I have done 16 times. If you do one time of that, what I have done, that will be sufficient for you. It's not so easy. The people may talk about the religion, oh, that is all rubbish, there's all this, that is all that. No. The religion means the Swarupa Anusandhana. And another definition they are giving, Sa Atma Tattva Anusandhanam. Sa of the self, Atma Tattva, same thing in two different ways telling, the inquiry into the truth of one's own self. That's called the definition of bhakti, according to the Vedanta. The Vedantic bhakti means this. And then come the dhyana. About the dhyana, Shankara didn't give anything. Rather, he's the yoga, Patanjali Yoga Darshan, that he followed. And the Patanjali Yoga Darshan is research work. They researched on the human mind. And they came to know about that. The mind is a wonderful lake. And at the bottom of the lake, there are so many gems are there. But we don't know that. We're going on searching here and there. Why can't we understand that there is gems? Because big waves are there on the top. So we cannot see the bottom of the water. We have to stop the wave. How the wave is created on that water? Because of the air. Because the air is flowing so naturally, we have to stop the air. The moment we can stop the air, then it becomes tranquil. And all the dust and other things, slowly it will go below and settle, and we can see everything. From the top we can see to the bottom, and we will wonder. So that is what's called the yoga. So Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyana Yoga. This Dhyana Yoga, when we are meditating, every time, every moment when you are meditating, you have to constantly think that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not meditating, I am nowhere here. So that is a wonderful, the condition of the mind. And then the original mind will float. So these are the three teachings. Friends, we will conclude with this. In the 45th, Shankara is telling that all the problem comes from the ignorance. And what is this ignorance? Identifying the self with the body. See, we are reading Vedanta, but the Vedanta is giving the definition here mainly. If we are nicely going through these definitions, then only when you are studying the other verbs, Upanishads, we can understand that better. The ignorance, ajnana. What is that ajnana? What is that ignorance? We know so many things. And nowadays, we are having the whole library in our hand. Google, just go and everything is there. And what is this ignorance then you are talking about? And here about the ignorance they say, you are identifying the self with the body. That is the ignorance. Srak, Chandana, etc., etc., there in the Sanskrit they say, you are decorating your body, but this body is going to lie under the earth. This body is going to burn after the death. So naturally, this is not the body but the self. What is that self? That consciousness. Try to know that. And what is knowledge? Identifying of the individual soul with Brahman. The individual, he is identifying the Brahman as his body. Brahman and self are the same. Atman and the Brahman are the same. Two names only. So when we are identifying that I am these, so that is the problem. So there we have to understand that when I am identifying this body as the self, that is ignorance. And when I am identifying the Brahman, then that is called knowledge. The jnana and ajnana. Jnana is 2-letter word, ajnana 3-letter words. Jnana and awe means negative, ajnana. So that way they say, but how to get the knowledge? Now we will conclude it here. The Shankaracharya, he mentioned that in the verse 45th. And there he said, how to get the knowledge? I am associating the Atman with this body, I know it. But how to go out of it? Because now it is so much so. One monk was bathing in a river. You know, the monks, they need the blankets and all that. Suddenly he saw a blanket is floating. And he swam to that and hold that blanket, thought that it will drag the blanket. Now he cannot come back. The others were there, they were, give up the blanket and come back. And he said, I have given up the blanket, but the blanket is not leaving me. Actually it was not a blanket, it was a bear. So it was floating. Seeing the back of the bear, he thought it's a blanket. He went and thought, now the bear is holding now. हम तो कुमली छोड़ दिए, but कुमली नहीं छोड़ती. In Hindi, they say, कुमली नहीं छोड़ती. The blanket is not leaving me. I understood that this is the problem, this body is a problem, so many diseases. Every day you get up and there are so many diseases, and so what problem? But the problem is, this body is not leaving me. What to do? And for that Shankara says, Vedanta artha vicharena jayate jnana uttamam. Vedanta artha. The ultimate knowledge will come if you can understand the true meaning of the Vedanta. Vedanta. True meaning of that, if you understand, immediately the highest knowledge will achieve. And what are those words? Now friends, we will conclude with this. Reasoning the meaning of the Vedanta. But what are those artha, the words? The great words. 4 Mahavakyas. In the 4 Upanishad, in the 4 Veda, the 4 Mahavakyas have been said. It's not ordinary. Very great sayings. What is that? Prajnanam Brahma. The prajna. Prajna means the knowledge. Knowledge is Brahman. Now what type of knowledge? Again you have to go. Second, Aham Brahmanashmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that supreme Brahman. And the beautiful sloka Shankaracharya wrote in this retreat, sometimes we chant with all. And most of the people, they know, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not the senses, I am not the sense organs, all this. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That it is true. It is true. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. One of our Swamiji, before death, he called all other brahmacharis and monks and he said, from his deathbed he said, hey, I am telling you, I can see all this, nothing but consciousness. You are consciousness, I am conscious, whole building is conscious. I am telling you, this is truth, this is truth, this is truth. And he passed away. After realizing, recently, and he was with me in Andaman. He was a wonderful Swami. He was very old every time, and people used to like him very much. He was old, and he will go, and in Andaman, very few people. Someone is driving the scooter. Hey beta, kahan ja rahe ho? Where you are going? In Andaman, most of the people, they speak in Hindi. Kahan ja rahe ho? So, Swamiji, bazaar tak? Chalo, hum bhi bazaar tak. So, he will sit in there and go to bazaar. And then another car. Hey, where you are going? So, I am returning to my home. Let me go to your home. I like to take rest. But who are you? That you need to bother about that. I'm a good person. Chalo. And he will simply sit, open the door and sit, and then go. And sometimes he will go and see the nameplate before the houses. He'll go and ring the bell and say, Acha, your husband's name is this? I read from here. I don't know him. I don't know you also, but I am hungry. Feed me. So, like that he used to go. All people used to love him and like him. He was so simple like that. So that way only. And before death he told, I joined in Khetri in Rajasthan. Brother, leave me, please allow me. I like to go to Khetri and die over there. So he went to Khetri and he used to go here and there. And the day he was to pass away, he went somewhere to deliver some talk. And he used to talk like this only. But then he felt that today is the last time, time has come. He immediately told, hey, goodbye for final goodbye, okay? Then he took a bus and came. Somebody told that we can take you back. No. I like to enjoy the bus drive. I will never get that again. So he went in the bus, drivers and all that, they knew him. So he came to the ashrama and then he called all other monks. Don't give me food or anything. Now the time has come. I like to tell you one truth, that truth. It is true, it is true, it is true. That he said, Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. This happened recently only, hardly few years back. I was in Andaman, maybe 10 to 12 years before. So that way, I am Atma, Brahma, I am Atma, this Atma, the self that is within me is nothing but Brahman. So, you see, the people, they are very much interested to many different things. But please believe it, the human birth is really precious. And knowing that I am Atman, I am the Brahman, in this cage, in this body, that Brahman is there as the self. Just try, and try in three ways. Have complete faith in the words of the scripture, in the words of the Guru, and also on yourself. Swami Vivekananda added, you have to have the faith. I am going to realize God. I will see who can stop it. Like that you have to give a challenge. I am going to realize God. And that way, whatever I do belongs to God. That much. Not that you have to go and sit somewhere and whatever you are doing, I am serving God. I am cooking, I am serving God. I am washing dishes, I am serving God. Whatever you do, just think I am serving God. That's all. The moment we think that, you have to go and sit in the cave, that is not possible in this life. No. That is the way Ma Saradamani Devi said. What is tapasya? What is austerity? Somehow you have to keep the mind always, every moment at the feet of God. That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much.